Okay, we're having a look at this assessment that primarily involves looking at the extrude along a path feature. What I've done so far is I've created the base for this lamp. We're going to have to obviously get this profile that's sitting at an angle. So we've got 70 degrees here. So it's going to involve creating a new work plane that's sitting at an angle, sketching out this center line path, and then using my extrude along a path. So that's what we're going to try and do. So we have a wee look in SolidWorks at what I've done so far. So here is the base. A couple of things to point out. My front plane is running through the middle of this section, and that's really important, and you'll see why in a moment. Also, if I just look at the origin is centered around this section. This is where the base and the upright, which is at an angle of 70 degrees, is going to meet. So it's important we know where that point is. So I'm just going to show you how to put in the plane at an angle. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the visibility of my original sketch on. And I'm going to use this line here that's running through the middle of this piece here. We go into reference geometry and we click on plane, and automatically it will stick a plane in there going vertically up. But we need it at an angle, so we need to put in a second reference. So I'm going to open up this box here, and that will allow me to select the front plane. Now I've got it going at an angle. Now, just so you understand why I've typed in 20 degrees, so it's asking for 70. So from this sort of the flat area here, it's going up to 90 degrees, but we want to go back 20 to get that 70 degrees that we're looking for. So here is my work plane now in place, and I'm quite happy with that. I'm now going to sketch my path on there. So this is how I would go about doing it, but there are other ways that you could do it. So we'll click on sketch. Let's Control 8 one more time, just so I'm looking at it from the right side. And I'm going to start by snapping to the center of the origin. I'm going to come out to the left. I'm going to go up. I'm going to go out to the left. I'm going to go up, and then I'm going to go back into the right. I'm now going to turn the visibility of my plane off, just so it's not distracting me. So right click and height. I'm going to use a smart dimension and start putting in some sizes. So I know down here I want this to be 25. I know this size here is much bigger, it's 150. Zoom out a wee bit, okay, work on the top here. I know this size here needs to be 40. I'm just working my way around, popping in all the sizes, 80, and my final size of 50. So that is one half of my path that I want to use. A couple of wee things. I need to round the corners, so they are a radius of 10. So in here, here, and down the bottom. So I'm quite happy with that. So that's only half the path. So you've probably figured that I'm going to use the mirror tool. So to do that, first of all, I need a line to mirror around. So I'm just going to draw that in here. This is lining up with the origin. And I'm going to set that line as a construction. So we'll just select it and make it for construction. So here we go. We're going to just kind of rotate so you can see what's happened here. I've got half my path and a center line. I'm going to use mirror. I'm going to select all of this like so. Just zoom in that area so we can see what's happening. Zoom in down the bottom, just to get a clearer bit of visibility. So that's my path. I think I've actually selected up here as well, which I don't really need. And I think I just deselected it, so we'll just leave that as is. And we're going to mirror about the center line as so and confirm. So I'm quite happy with that. I've got my path in place. It's got all those constraints in. It's looking fairly sensible. So moving on to the features. So I'm going to exit sketch. It's just a good habit to do that. That improves the visibility. I'm going to click on sketch 25. I'm going to go and use the extrude along a path, circular profile of 5mm, and confirm. There we go. We'll look in here and see what we've got. That's all looking very sensible. It's all sitting in the right position. A couple of wee things I'm just going to turn off now. I'm going to turn off that original sketch. Just make that look half sensible. And that is how we create a work plane at an angle. That's how we use the mirror tool. And probably my best bit of advice is making sure you know where your origin and your work planes are. It's very important so that you can get something like this that has to line up accurately. So have a go, see how you get on.